single day. Why? Because these stretches will not only improve your flexibility and mobility, but they can also dramatically reduce your pain. Now, I know that 8 might sound like a lot, but in this video, I'm going to walk you through them step by step, show you just how simple they are, and in fact, we can get through the whole routine in just about 10 minutes a day. So that said, grab a spot on the floor and let's get to work. Our first few stretches are going to be for your lower back and hips. Let's jump in with number 1. This is going to be a lumbar rotation stretch. What you're going to do is lay down on your back with your knees bent, and then all you need to do is drop both knees down one direction. So right now I'm going to the left, just until I get a good comfortable stretch up here through the right side of my lower back and into my right hip. I would hold this for about 15 to 20 seconds, and then I'm going to repeat this the other way as well. So now I'm going to drop both knees down here to my right to stretch that left side of my lower back and into my left hip. So again, 3 times, 20 seconds to each side. Stretch number 2 is going to be a deep hip rotator stretch. This is how you stretch out your piriformis. This muscle gets tight a lot in instances of low back pain. And so again, a deep hip rotator. What I want to do is lay on my back with both knees bent. I'm going to cross my left leg over my right. And then with my hands, I can grab right around the back of my right leg, or around the back of my right thigh. And then I'm just going to try to pull that right leg, that right knee, up into my right shoulder. Now, piriformis is a small hip rotator that sits under your glute muscle. That's the muscle that we're trying to stretch out. So 20 seconds, that was on the left. If I repeat that on the right, so now my right leg crosses over my left knee, and then I'm going to pull my left knee up into my chest. Looks just like this. Next, let's get into one of my favorite stretches for total spine mobility. Low back, mid back, and then neck as well. This is going to be a cat-cow or a cat-camel. What you're going to do is get down on all fours. My hands are below my shoulders, and my knees are below my hips. The starting position, if we get into what we call an angry cat position, so what I'm going to do is tuck my chin into my chest and try to arch my back up towards the ceiling as much as I can. So it looks just like that. You're going for a good stretch through the neck, through the upper back. Kind of tuck your hips underneath yourself. You're going to get a good stretch in the lower back. Looks just like that. Hold that for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then we're going to get down into the cow or camel position. So it looks just like this right here. And so now I'm actually trying to arch my back. I'm trying to let my belly hang down towards the mat as much as I can as I bring my head up and look at the wall ahead of me. And what you should feel there is just a nice, good extension stretch throughout your entire spine. So hold for 5 to 10 seconds, and then we're going to get back into that first rounded position. Hold for 5 to 10 seconds, and then we're going to come back into this position right here. So about 5 to 10 seconds, and then you're going to repeat that about 30 times. Our next stretch is going to be for your hip flexors. This is one that gets tight in a lot of people, especially if you spend a lot of time sitting. So let me show you how to stretch out those hip flexors. Let's see, I'm going to stretch this left side out first. I'm going to kneel down. I'm going to bring my right leg here forward and in front. Now, all I need to do is lean forward, push my weight onto that right foot until I get a good stretch right here on the front side of my left thigh. I would go into a comfortable end range. I'd hold that for about 20 seconds and then repeat that 3 times. One more cue that I like to give people is if you tighten your glute up first, so make that glute nice and firm and then try to get into this stretch, that's actually going to enhance it because it keeps your pelvis in a little bit better position. So secure it with the glute, so fire the glute, lean forward. Again, I'm going on my right leg to stretch the front of my left quad, the front of my left hip out. I'm going to hold that for 20 seconds and then repeat that 3 times, and then I can get into that same position right here, lunging onto the left leg to stretch that right one out. 3 times, 20 seconds on those hip flexor stretches.